Hello, all you lovelies. Hope everybody's doing great today. Oh my gosh, if you guys were to see the way my phone is set up, because that's all I use to record videos, it's ridiculous. One day I'll get like a stand, but now it's on like several boxes, but it's all good. So today I'm going to be talking about month 2 of my Zepbound journey. And I still am on the 2.5 milligram dose. I will link my month 1 video below, but I will recap it briefly. And that I had decided that after month 1, I would continue on the starter dose of 2.5 milligrams for month 2. Just because for me, I'm looking to lose about 30 pounds in total. This isn't a race for me, so I'm fine kind of with like the long game. It doesn't bother me. I'm not in a rush. So I wanted to give my body time to adjust to the 2.5 dose. And also, I had mentioned that my side effects were very minimal, if any. I really only had a tiny bit of nausea, and I was very tired for about a good week or 2 after starting, because I did have a period of time where it was like, I need to be on the couch all weekend. So I did experience a week or 2 of just being very tired. And then the nausea, which I don't even think I mentioned in the first video because it was so minor, it lasted, I think, maybe a day or 2, and it was right after I started. So it must have been my body just adjusting, but it was so minimal. It really didn't bother me much at all. So, oh, and then yes, the other reason for staying on the 2.5 was that, again, not only do I have patience for my journey, but also I was being very well controlled with the food noise, with my hunger levels, that I just felt no need to increase the dose. But I think that I had mentioned that clinically speaking and in clinical trials, that the therapeutic dose really is starting at that 5.0 milligrams, and that the 2.5 really is meant for a starter dose. And I'm here to tell you, I understand the why that's the case now, because I will say, so I just wrapped up 2 months, and because I wanted to finish the full 2 months before I made another video. So I just finished that up, and I noticed a couple things. So first I'm going to talk about new side effects. So interestingly enough, even though I stayed on that same 2.5 milligram dose, I did have a week or 2 of really bad upset stomach, diarrhea, loose stools type of situation. And I couldn't pinpoint it to one thing or another. I was trying to think, is this really the medication, or is it something that I ate? Did I work out in a way that irritated my stomach, or whatever? I was trying to see if it was other circumstances, and it definitely wasn't. And I will tell you, it was very annoying. Very annoying. I'm glad that I'm in between jobs and I was able to stay at home and be near a bathroom, because it was to the point where I was like, is it really worth the weight loss and to stay on this medication? However, have no fear. First of all, it totally went away. Okay. So it was between weeks 4 and 6 for me. So right as I entered that second month, for about a week or 2. So by week 6 for me, I had totally subsided. Okay. The other thing that's interesting is when I looked into it, typically if people are going to have an upset stomach or stomach related issues, that those symptoms typically would be somewhere between right when you start the medication on your first dose. So just as you're getting started, up to about the 2-week mark. It's also the case if you're going to dose increase, if you get stomach symptoms, usually those are, again, between the start time of that dose increase up through 2 weeks afterwards as your body adjusts. In my case, because I swear I'm always like the medical exception for everything, I experienced something called delayed onset of stomach symptoms, and that typically happens within 3 to 6 weeks of either starting the medication or going into a new dose. So it is not the norm, but it's also not uncommon. So it's much more common to have those symptoms come out early on after starting or increasing dose. However, in my case, it was later on between the 4 and 6 weeks. They say 3 to 6 weeks is normal. So if you think, oh, I'm adjusting really well, and later all of a sudden you have an onset of symptoms, that can happen, just so you know. But it did completely resolve. Now, we will see, because here's the other thing. I am choosing to dose increase as soon as I can. Now, I already have in stock, because I had to do a refill, my month 3 medication, and it is still at that 2.5 dose, because at the time I had ordered the refill, it seemed like everything was still under control as far as my appetite and hunger. But I would say for the past week, so I'm on maybe the past week or two. So I just finished week 8. So those last 2 weeks, week 7 and 8 in month 2, the food noise started coming back. I became more hungry. My appetite suppression was not the same. I feel like I'm getting back to the point of where I started, or not, although not fully. So that's where I'm at. I will definitely increase to the 5 milligrams, and I will come back and report my progress then. I'm not sure if I'll have another video between now and the next month, or although I might, if there's something to report, because since I have to stay on that 2.5 milligrams, yeah, maybe I'll come back and report what's going on with my hunger and symptoms and weight loss. But I definitely will give you an update after starting the 5 milligrams, which I said, unfortunately, is probably going to be month 4, which is my fault. But again, I'm patient with the process. I am not, I don't regret trying the 2.5 milligrams for a few months. It's all good. Going to weight loss. So I did lose a little bit more weight. So total weight loss right now, I'm at 14 pounds down. So I had a starting weight of 187, and now I am at 173. So 14 pounds total. However, the weight loss I experienced in the first month between then and now is a lot different, because I think in the second month I only lost 3 to 4 pounds. So about 10 pounds that first month, and then the second month 3 to 4 pounds, for again a total of 14 pounds. So it definitely slowed up. At least I didn't go back upward on the scale, but that's where things stand now. Aside from that, no other side effects. I feel really good. I still feel like my brain fog is less, that I have more energy. I don't at all regret this medication, and I would recommend it to others. And I think once I do the dose increase, I'm gonna see even more weight loss, and hopefully, hopefully I don't have to go back through the stomach issues, but I will definitely let you know. But again, don't be frustrated if you do experience the loose stools, and it's like, because it was like throughout the day for, again, probably up to about 2 weeks, which is not fun, but it did totally resolve. So yeah, I think that's as far as it goes as far as my update, but happy to connect with anyone who has questions. And again, I'm going to link my first month video below so you can reference that, as far as because I'm doing vials, so I have to kind of pre-fill my own medication, and that was very overwhelming to me. Now I don't reference anything. It's just like brushing my teeth or washing my face or whatever. It's very easy, and still my injections are pretty much completely painless, with maybe a tiny bit of stinging, no injection site reactions, and they're really easy to do for me now. And it's somebody who has a needle phobia, so that took a little bit to get into. But thanks for watching. Feel free to comment or email me, or interact in any way, if I can help or answer any questions, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos and follow my journey. And yeah, I'll check in again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.